What's up, everybody? I know y'all probably thought that I forgot about this documentary by now. Which there have been moments where I kind of have, but there's definitely been a lot of changes since my last recording. It's now August 3rd or 4th. Is it 3rd or 4th? 4th. Oh boy. Time's a-flying, I tell you. So it's now August 4th, 2026, and a lot has changed since my last recording. The brain is such an interesting thing. It's such a bizarre device because, like, my thoughts right now are, do I really want to say what's happened? Because what if X, Y, and Z are watching? Well, there's like 3 people actually watching this right now. There's hardly anyone watching these things, which if you're watching, thank you for watching. I hope that it's somehow helping you, although at this stage I don't see how it could be, but maybe it is. So my contract, right? My contract as a travel nurse got canceled, okay? And I'm like, well, I haven't told my mom. And this was, close to a week ago now that it was canceled. And I haven't told my parents, my mom, my dad. I haven't told my sister, which I only talk to about 5 people at most in my life on a regular basis. And that's probably an exaggeration. But I haven't told any of them, which typically, like, the first thing, because no, this is not the first time that I've lost my job. And the first thing that happens when I lose my job is I call one of these few people, 4 or 5 people, and usually all of them within the first day. And I just, basically spill myself, and oh, I'm so devastated, and oh no, what's gonna happen, and I don't have any backup plan, and I don't have enough money saved, and I don't have da 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 da, and it's like this cycle. It's a cycle, and it's been repeating for years because people, I already told you. And I've told everyone. And it's very, very obvious that I am not interested in being a nurse, and I'm not called to be a nurse, and I'm not supposed to be a nurse. Even though that's what I went to college for, that's what I was trained in, that's what I was employed at and as for 12 years. But for most of those years, pretty darn near all of them, I've been not aligned at all with that position. Like, it's not been a good thing for me, for my employer. I've had lots of patients, lots and lots of patients that absolutely love me. I've also had patients that don't like me at all. I've probably had a few that hate me. And those ones that hate me probably came towards the last 2 to 3 years. Because that's when things, that's when I, especially like this last bit, not good. I should not be a nurse. And so it's like the universe was like, cool, have agreed with that for years, just been waiting for you to actually have the balls to leave nursing, face the unknown, face the void, the blackness, the unknown before you, step into it before you've got proof, that it's all going to work out. Before you can see clearly everything's going to be perfect, step into it. Step out of nursing. Step out of your old life. Step out of everything that is your old life. The old programming, the old patterns, the old cycles, the old titles, the old obligations, the old fears, the old everything. Step out of it and step into your future self, who already exists. The next step up in the evolution of your soul, or of this game of Earth, or whatever you want to look at it as or call it, it's the next level. It's better. It's easier in a lot of ways. I mean, it's a lot easier. It's living from your heart, living from alignment, living from your own inner power and truth and stability and foundation, and not letting external shit determine how you are inside. Letting your outside determine external shit. And it works really well. I mean, we've all been doing that. That's one thing that I want to stress, is that we have all been doing that. Always. We've just mostly been doing it, if not fully, unconsciously. We are making all of our days. Most of our days are a repeat of yesterday, or a slight variation of yesterday. We might have gone to McDonald's instead of Burger King. But basically we did the same thing. We went to the same place, we did the same job, we talked to the same people, we discussed the same subjects, we had the same thoughts. And thoughts are the root of it, right? What we think about is really what we experience. So if we're having all of the same thoughts as yesterday, or mostly, then we're going to experience yesterday over and over and over again. So basically, that was the big thing that happened. That was like the major holy shit thing that happened. And absolutely a wonderful thing, because I absolutely should not be doing those jobs, and I'm not going to do so. The reason I've gone back into nursing so many times before is because I'm starting up my own business, and I am putting thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands and more dollars into this program every month. And this has been going on for a minimum of 2 years, though really longer than that. And I mean, so just think about that many thousands of dollars every single month times 24 plus months. So obviously, I have to see, it's really hard to drive and do these videos, because you see all these things happening, and it's incredibly distracting to not comment on them. But anyway, oh God, now I forgot what I was saying. Basically, I am self-funding my own business, which is my dream. Like, it's really less, to me, it's less of a business, and it's more of a dream that I'm trying to also make my income, so that I don't have to do a stupid-ass paycheck job that I do not want to do to survive. Um, but it's weird. I don't know why this happens, but every time I come to weigh my dog Arctos, which he was 93.4 pounds today at the vet, and he just turned 6 months old, not like a couple weeks ago at most, a week or two ago, so he's bigger than his mom was, and she's a big girl. But anyway, I always do these videos when I'm in this parking lot. It's real. I don't intend to, but it just, see, it's like third time now that I've done one of these videos in this parking lot. But anyway, so I'm self-funding this dream, this business, and it's wildly expensive. Front heavy. Like, I expect to make, I expect to make a lot of money after this front heavy phase is done. Like, it has to just, I have to get through this first phase of spending a metric fuck ton of money to support the startup of this business. And then once I get through that phase, then sure, I'll have plenty of money that I'm making to live off of. But it has been an absolute struggle the whole time, really, except for, maybe I'll do like what I did now. I'll do like 3 months, maybe if I'm lucky a 6-month stretch, but that's tough. Where I've got really good income, I'm making enough to cover all of my expenses, pay my trainer, pay for all the dogs that I'm buying, pay everything that I need to pay. But then it'll go into this cycle, like where I'm at now, where I'll either quit or I'll have my contract canceled, I'll get fired, something like that. And it's always the same. It's like I have nothing to fall back on because I was putting everything that I have into what I'm trying to build. Just as soon as I get it, I pour it into that. Get it poured in, get it poured in, get it poured in. No saving, because I'm trying to acutely establish this way of making income without having to do something that I hate at the very bottom of my soul, at the very most intimate part of my heart. I absolutely hate it. I mean, I dread it. So now I'm at this point. So I'm like, okay, I'm at the same point in this cycle. Do I want to do something different? Or do what I want to do, what I always do, which is eventually, usually after 1 to 3 months, I let fear win and I fully take over control, take the reins fully into my hands and say, I'll just do this travel contract. I'll just do this job as a nurse. It's paying a lot of money. It'll get me caught up quickly. It's just temporary. Same bullshit every time. And it works for about 3 months, maybe 6 months. And then we're back here. So now it's like, we're back to that same point. So now I'm more aware. Now I'm more conscious of this cycle and pattern. Am I going to keep choosing the option that I always choose, which is fear, which is saying, I'm afraid, things are crumbling, things aren't going the way I want them to go, things look like they're falling apart, things look like I'm losing everything that I want, things look like my business is about to collapse, things look like my dream that I've had in my heart for 15 years is about to again crumble to the ground, which I've already experienced. It looks like that's about to just repeat itself. I've desperately got to stop this from happening. The way I can do that is by taking this travel job that pays thousands of dollars per week so that I can afford to pay the thousands and 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 thousands of dollars that I spend every single month paying for the things that I need to pay for to get this business started by myself. Do I choose that same fear option of, well, you know, I've got to do this because obviously no one else is doing it, so I've got to take control. I've got to take the reins. I can't let my life crumble and crash into the ground. So I'm going to do this stupid ass job that I know I shouldn't do, that I know I'm not aligned with, that I know isn't good for me or anyone in it, because I'm afraid. Or am I going to allow myself to fucking be afraid, to fucking feel the fear, and to goddamn walk through it, move through it, face it, keep going, and say, I'm still fucking here. You know, maybe shit will crumble around me the way that I'm afraid that it will. Maybe I will lose all of my dogs. Maybe I will have to sell all of my dogs in Europe. Maybe all of the plans that I have for this winter will not happen. All the 4 litters that I have planned, none of them happen. Never happen. Maybe I have to sell all those dogs and the $100,000, $200,000. I don't know. I don't know exactly how much. I know it's a fuck ton of money. A metric fuck ton of money that I have put into this business. Maybe that all just gets shit into the ground and absolutely nothing comes of it. Again, because I've not quite ever put this much energy and money and effort and focus and determination into my business plan before, into this kennel. But I've had similar situations where I've been trying to build a kennel, different breed of dog, stupid shit, whatever. The only thing that will make tomorrow different than today is if I make different choices. If I continue to make the same choices that I've been making all of these years, then my life will never change. If I keep having all the same thoughts that I've been having for all these years, then my life will never change. The only way for it to change is for me to have new thoughts, new actions, new choices, and I believe the key is to focus on what you want, not what you don't want. So, I'm going to say, and I'm going to choose, okay? Whatever comes. Let it come. Let this be the record, okay? Let this video be record to the universe. Let what comes. If the will of the universe, if the will of Source, if the will of the higher intelligence that is writing the script wants me to lose all those dogs in Europe, to lose everything that I've been working for acutely for the past 2 to 3 years, but really for the past 15 years. If that intelligence wants the dream of my heart to be squashed and killed and burned and just, you know, pounded into the ground and forgotten about as though it never happened, except for, you know, just being a painful memory, a painful scar. If that's what the universe wants, so be it. Okay. I'm not more powerful than the universe. I'm not more powerful than the one who wrote the story of my life. Do I believe that I'm as powerful? When I am aligned with that intelligence and power, yes. When I'm not aligned, no. No, not at all. I think that we are all fractals and parts and particles of that source, energy, and intelligence. And when we're aligned with it, nothing can stop us. Nothing is impossible. But when we're not aligned with it, when we're trying to force our ideas, our intelligence, our perspective, what we think is right, that's when things start to go to shit, when it's not aligned with the higher intelligence. So let this video be the record. I am back in that crucial point in the cycle where it's like, okay, you've got the opportunity to keep going back on this ride that you've been on for years and years and years, the same bitch ass cycle, circle, pattern, da. You can get back on by just continuing to do what you've always done. That's all you got to do. Just keep doing what you've been doing and you'll stay on it. Or you have, right now, I've got the opportunity to step off and step into, it's like right here. Now I can get on to this one. And it's a new level. It's a new thing I got to figure out. But it's better. It's higher. It's a different way of operating, and it's just a better way of living. And I'm saying that's what I'm choosing. I'm going to step into that. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what it holds. I know what I want. I know what I want it to look like. I know what I want it to hold. I know what I want for my future. Is that what it's going to be? I don't know until I step into it. What we're talking about right here is something that I have a bit of a struggle with myself, because as I'm making these videos, I'm not making them as a professional. I'm not making them as somebody who's already done this. I'm making them as somebody who's actively going through it and doesn't fully understand it as they're going through it, but knows that there's something going on here, and going by my own intuition, my own feelings, my own inner compass, my own inner voice, my own inner intuition and intelligence saying, this is the way, keep going. Trust what you're feeling here. Trust what is coming. Trust these thoughts. Have faith. Trust the process. But one thing that trips me out is like there seems to be two different things that I hear that are or could be happening. It's like, one, we 100% determine our reality by what we desire, what we want, what we manifest. So, if I want 2,000 acres in the mountain, $300 million, 5,000 square foot cabin, a 200 acre setup for 50 dogs. I'm talking like hundreds of millions of dollars minimum of life and lifestyle. All I have to do is desire it with everything in me, focus 100% on it, or at least 80% signal and 20% noise, and then it'll eventually happen. It'll eventually manifest itself into my reality. So that's one. The other thing is, what I was kind of just talking about is like, there's a higher intelligence that's writing the script. And so even though I might say to myself, I want all of what we just discussed, the higher intelligence might say, but actually you should be doing, you're still going to get a life that you really want. And in most cases, I would say that people would say that the life that the higher intelligence has for you is greater than anything you can imagine. So actually it's going to be 4,000 acres, and it's going to be, a 10,000 acre house, and it's going to be, just double everything, triple everything. It's going to be way better, And that's what kind of confuses me. It's like, am I manifesting everything, or am I living out a script that's already been written by, whether that higher intelligence is my higher self, which I think that it certainly is, at least in part, or source, or spirit guides, or the universe, whatever. I mean, I don't know, but there's some sort of higher intelligence beyond this physical form that's very limited, that can only see within the five senses and within the time and space that we're in, not outside of it. That's the kind of stuff that kind of trips me up, because it's like, does it matter? I mean, let's say it's one or the other. They're both pretty similar. You're pretty much doing the same thing. Like, you still always want to be focusing on what you want. And the thing that they both have in common too is, like, to not get in your own way. Don't get in your own way. Don't get in the way of the frequency, of the energy, of what's flowing to you. Don't block it. As long as you're not blocking it in the energy, the river, the flow, the channel, whatever it is of energy and frequency and vibration that's coming to you isn't stopped, like, then you're good. It's when you block it that things start to become problematic. Things start to change for the worse. So I don't know. I don't yet have the answer for that. Whether of what I believe is really happening. And I guess ultimately, nobody has the answer to what's actually happening and how reality actually works, except for those who live outside of it, which we don't have physical contact with. We might be able to contact them through thought and consciousness and that sort of thing, but not in a way that we can really prove it. So I don't know why I ever thought that this documentary would, like, go smoothly, because nothing in my life is like smooth, or the way you see these videos play out, which typically I feel like a lot of them are so edited anyway. They're like, I'm gonna edit this year period of my life into 5 minutes. Oh, well, I mean, I guess you could make anything look coherent and smooth and perfect when you cherry pick 5 minutes out of a year. But you guys are watching the raw version, the ugly version, the unsmooth version, the shit version, the actual version of what it looks like in real time, when you try and figure this shit out and you try and live by it and you actively try to change your life with the new information, with your own understanding, through your own internal power and intelligence and sovereignty and agency and all that. So that's kind of what's going on. Like, there's other things that have happened, but the major thing that has happened is, like, I now have no income, zero income. zero plan B. And just kind of like allowing. Because this is not the first time that I've been here. Not hardly. Whereas before, I've always chosen to frantically freak out and try to, pick up anything and everything I can just to try and get a hold of the reality that I'm trying to hold together. I'm not going to do that. Instead I'm letting go. I'm sitting back, I'm taking a deep breath, and I'm saying, whatever happens, happens. Whatever's meant to be, will be. Whatever is mine, and nothing can change it. Whatever isn't, I don't need anyway, and it needs to be taken out of my life. So, my goal, my focus is still what it's always been as far as my kennel, my business, my dogs, my, the millions of dollars, the mountains, everything is the same desire, the same goal, the same focus, all that. The only difference is I'm not going to try and actively control it. I'm not going to try and desperately grasp at the reins of what happens. I'm just going to let it happen. Not in an abandonment kind of way. Like, I'm still doing what I can and feel I need to do to pay for what I need to pay for and to do what I need to do. But I'm not going to choose things to try and frantically make this work that are not aligned with who I am. With what makes me happy and joyful and what resonates as good and true in my life. If it's not resonating that way, I'm not choosing it, and we'll see what happens from there. So stay tuned.